Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
A dramatic Friday, Edward Arnold as Mr. President, Inner Sanctum Mysteries, Death is an Artist, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and the Tragedy of the Gasfitter's Ball, and the Screen Director's Playhouse production of The Exile, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. And we'll wrap it all up with another episode of Claudia. That's what's coming up on this TGI Friday, 23rd day of January, 342 days left in the year. Georgetown College, first Roman Catholic college in the U.S., founded on this date in 1789. Elizabeth Blackwell awarded her M.D. by the Medical Institute of Geneva, New York, on this date in 1849, becoming the first female doctor in the U.S. The first bridge over the Mississippi River opened on this date in 1855 in what is now Minneapolis, Minnesota, a crossing made today by the Father Lewis Hennepin Bridge. Charles Curtis of Kansas became the first Native American United States Senator in 1907. And in 1941, Charles Lindbergh testified before Congress and recommended that the U.S. negotiate a neutrality pact with Adolf Hitler. It was on this date in 1943, Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, released.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Sing it, Sam.
You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by.
He's looking at you, kid. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Breaking a rule there, but I do want to hear it. Casablanca, released on this date in 1943. On that same date, Australian and American forces finally defeated the Japanese army in Papua New Guinea. The turning point in the Pacific War marks the beginning of the end of Japanese aggression. Duke Ellington on this date, also in 1943, played at Carnegie Hall in New York City for the first time. In 1950, the Knesset passed a resolution stating Jerusalem was the capital of Israel. In 1964, the 24th Amendment to the Constitution prohibiting the use of poll taxes in national elections is ratified. In 1968, North Korea seized the USS Pueblo, claiming the ship had violated their territorial waters while spying.
I do want very much to tell the people of the United States how much the crew of Pueblo and myself had faith in them for the entirety of our detention. I had people come to me and say on so many occasions that they never really appreciated how great it was to be an American until they had the misfortune to have been captured and stuck in a country that is completely devoid of humanity, truthfulness.
Commander Lloyd M. Bucher of the USS Pueblo. It was on this date in 1973, President Nixon announced a peace accord had been reached in Vietnam.
The following statement is being issued at this moment in Washington and Hanoi. At 12:30 Paris time today, January 23, 1973, the agreement on ending the war and restoring peace in Vietnam was initialed by Dr. Henry Kissinger on behalf of the United States and Special Advisor Lee Duc Tho on behalf of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The agreement will be formally signed by the parties participating in the Paris Conference on Vietnam on January 27, 1973, at the International Conference Center in Paris. The ceasefire will take effect at 2400 Greenwich Mean Time, January 27, 1973. The United States and the Democratic Republic of Vietnam express the hope that this agreement will ensure stable peace in Vietnam and contribute to the preservation of lasting peace in Indochina and Southeast Asia,
which would lead to the fall of Saigon. O.J. Simpson became the first Heisman Trophy winner elected to the Football Hall of Fame on this date in 1985. In 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted its first members, Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley. Madeleine Albright became the first woman to serve as Secretary of State on this date in 1997. And in 2002, American Taliban John Walker Lind returned to the U.S. in Federal Bureau of Investigation custody. Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl abducted in Pakistan on this date in 2002 by a group demanding the return of prisoners from the Afghan campaign.
Danny is solely a journalist. He has absolutely no ties to anyone in the United States government, including the Central Intelligence Agency. He is just trying to do his job as a reporter for an independent newspaper.
Pearl would be killed a week later by his captors, who released a video. The final communication between Earth and the Pioneer 10 spacecraft on this date in 2003. In 2018, a 7.9 earthquake occurred in the Gulf of Alaska, the sixth largest earthquake ever recorded in the U.S. at the time. No reports of significant damages or fatalities on this date back 8 years ago today. And it was on this date in 2024, Northwestern Air Flight 738 crashed after takeoff from Fort Smith Airport. 6 people killed. A lot of people passing away on this date in history, including the brewer Arthur Guinness, the actor, author, bon vivant Alexander Woollcott, also the wonderful singer and social activist Paul Robeson, New York restaurateur Toots Shor, Vic Ames of the Ames Brothers, artist Salvador Dali, singer-actress Nell Carter, Bob Keeshan, Captain Kangaroo, Johnny Carson, we lost him on this date in 2005, Watergate figure E. Howard Hunt, fitness guru Jack LaLanne, singer, songwriter, record producer Bobby Freeman, Do You Wanna Dance and Hold My Hand? Hugh Masekela, Grazing in the Grass back in 1968. Also, Larry King, passing away on this date. Hal Holbrook, Charles Osgood, and the young lady Melanie, who sang about the brand new key and What Have They Done to My Song, Ma? Now, birthdays on this date of those who are no longer with us include John Hancock, who signed the Constitution. Everybody says, look at that. Look at that big signature. That insurance salesman took up all that room on the Constitution. Actor Randolph Scott, born on this date. Actor Dan Duryea, comedian Ernie Kovacs, taken far too early from us. Cheetah Rivera, the actress-dancer. Millie on The Andy Griffith Show and Mayberry RFD. Arlene Galanka. Also country singer-songwriter Johnny Russell. The number one hit record, I've Got a Wooden Heart. Joe Dowell, born on this date. Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers, is 82 today. Well, he passed away last year, I should say, at the age of 82. Actor Rutger Hauer and Anita Pointer, all those folks born on this date in history, they have all departed from this plane of existence.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
I always love the vibraphone. Gary Burton, 83 years old today. The original MacGyver, Richard Dean Anderson, is 76. There was a Sully. Chesley Sullenberger is 75 today. Cheap Trick singer Robin Zander, 73. From NYPD Blue, Gail O'Grady, 63. Jane Mansfield's daughter, Marissa Hargitay, from SVU, 62 years old today. From Saved by the Bell and 90210, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, 52. Pro wrestler and commentator Nigel McGuinness. He works primarily on All Elite Wrestling Collision, but he has done some wrestling in the last little bit. He maybe does 2 or 3 matches a year. His health is not what it should be. So he is still commentating at the age of 50. And from Twilight Saga and Westworld, Julia Jones is 45. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 23rd day of January as their birthday. And if this happens to be your birthday...
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you!
We have told you that Professor B's digestive aid was developed to help an individual going through cancer treatments who was also experienced gastric distress. One of the amazing things about this product is that it's all natural, pure honey and Roman apotheria, an ancient herb from Rome. Now, it works gently. It is not anything that's, and it's not a drug. You will find that it will help settle things down. It really will. People suffer from throat problems, people with acid reflux, other digestive issues. A number of people have said the product works for them, and check it out. It costs you nothing to go to the website, profbees.com. That's profbees.com. The link is in the show notes and also at classicradio.stream. But check it out, and if you decide to purchase, use my promo code Wyatt, W-Y-A-T-T, and by using that promo code, you'll save 10%, and you'll also support the podcast. So check it out, Professor B's Digestive Aid, a heritage blend of pure honey and apotheria, supporting your gut health gently and effectively. People have gotten off of prescription medications to help their digestive issues. Why not see if you can do it too? And it's not a forever treatment. After a couple of weeks, you cut back to once every couple of weeks for treatment. And for maintenance, if you know what I mean. So check it out, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt, profbees.com, promo code Wyatt, saves you 10% and saves your gut a lot of distress. Professor B's Digestive Aid.
Daily, the broadcasts of Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia strike through the Iron Curtain, bringing the truth about the free world to the captive peoples behind it. Help send a message by giving to the 1952 Crusade for Freedom.
Now, Mr. President, starring Edward Arnold, where Edward Arnold portrays a real-life president of the United States. Your job is to figure out which president is being discussed in this story. 77 years ago, January 23rd, 1949, he went to Paris.
Men's hearts wait upon us. Men's lives hang in the balance. Men's hopes call upon us to say what we will do. I summon all honest men, all patriotic, all forward-looking men to my side. God helping me, I will not fail them, if they will but counsel and sustain me.
Mr. President, starring Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's Edward Arnold. Mr. President at home in the White House, the elected leader of our people, our fellow citizen and neighbor. These are little-known stories of the men who've lived in the White House. Dramatic, exciting events in their lives that you and I so rarely hear. True human stories of Mr. President.
Before we bring you Edward Arnold as Mr. President, I want to point out that there are no more stirring stories in the world than the stories of Americans who have become the leaders of our country. Their deeds are direction pointers for the American mind. People today are more interested than ever to know the intimate, interesting, and inspiring facts about the lives of their former chief executives. That's why Mr. President has rapidly caught the attention of people everywhere. For here is the program that presents human, intimate anecdotes and incidents in the careers of our presidents, woven into the rich tapestry that is the American heritage. And you, as the listener, enjoy the additional thrill of trying to identify the president in the story being told. So test your knowledge of the men who have lived in the White House by listening now for today's fascinating Mr. President story. Now, in just a second, Edward Arnold.
About to hear a story of a man and an ideal. There is success in it, and there is failure. But the failure was not the man's, for he did not fail the world failed him. He was a great president, but more than that, he was a great citizen of America and of the world. Listen closely to this story that happened in Washington a few years ago, and see if you can tell who the president was. The long war had ended, and the nation was jubilant.
Mr. President.
Oh, it's you, Chambers. It's you.
It's time to start for Congress, sir.
Listen to those people and look at their faces. How wonderful is the reflected light of peace on the faces of a populace.
Well, it's a great occasion.
May God help me. May God help all men everywhere to keep this world at peace. You know what I'm going to say to Congress today?
Why, that the war is over.
Yes, but I'm also going to say that bitterness must be forgotten, that the conquered must be treated with humanity, that to conquer with arms is to make only a temporary conquest. To conquer the world by earning its esteem is to make a permanent conquest.
Mr. President, as a member of your cabinet, I must protest. You'll jeopardize your entire political future. Read the letters that are coming in from all over the country.
I've been reading them.
Why, the people are saying that we ought to keep our armies marching right to their capital, that we ought to cripple the enemy to the point where they'd never be able to start anything with us again.
I know what the letters say. But I must make the people see that it is not enough just to win a war, but you must win the peace as well. Peace is won with understanding and compassion. Enemies or not, they are still human. They have lain their loved ones to rest and wept over them. Their girls have cried like ours. Their mothers, too, have closed the door on rooms that will never again hear the sound of the sun's voice. They, too, have prayed for peace.
You're asking for mercy for a country that has murdered millions of our blood.
I ask for mercy for us as well as them. I ask for mercy for sons still in their cradles and girls yet unborn. We told our sons if they died, the world would be made safe for the ones that followed them. I do not intend to break faith with the dead. And if we take too much, our enemies must of necessity rise and fight us again. And that's what I intend to say in Paris.
You intend to say that in Paris? Paris? You can't be thinking of leaving the country, Mr. President. Why, no president has ever done a thing like that.
Each term in office brings its own problems. Each man must make his own decisions about breaking precedents. I'm going to Paris to the peace conference. I shall meet with the representatives of other nations, and I shall ask them to establish a League of Nations where the problems of the world can be solved around a conference table instead of on a battlefield. Hello, Doctor. Come in.
Mm-hmm. Just about what I expected. Have you any idea at all what time it is?
No. What time is it?
Almost dawn.
Really? What on earth are you doing up?
Looking out for you, or trying to. You land tomorrow, you know. You said you were going to get a good night's sleep.
Well, I had a lot on my mind.
Mr. President, as your physician, I must warn you. You're going to have to get more rest, or I can't be responsible for the consequences. Now, I want you to get to bed.
See, here, you're addressing the President of the United States, Doctor.
Oh, don't try pulling your rank on me, Mr. President. Bed is the place for you.
All right, Doctor, all right. I'll be good, and I'll rest when I get to Paris.
I'll bet you will.
Mr. President, the people of France consider it a pleasure and an honor to receive you.
Thank you, Monsieur Clemenceau. I consider it a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Already in Paris for the conference are the representatives of 27 nations. Signor Orlando has already arrived from Italy. And Mr. David Georges will be here from London any day now.
Well, I should like to meet them both before the conference for a preliminary discussion.
That can be arranged. Perhaps in the meantime you would like to visit the battlefields where your countrymen fought so bravely.
No, I don't want to visit the battlefields until after the conference. I don't want to be swayed by emotion. I know, no matter what my resolves, that I would find it very difficult to stand on those battlefields and then attempt to deal fairly with that country.
Mr. President, you and I are at odds on this question. I don't believe that generosity will make secure the peace that we have fought so hard to win.
What security do you believe in, Monsieur Clemenceau?
Military power and only military power.
I see. Well, I shall do my best to change your mind.
France is an old nation, Mr. President. If you will forgive me, much older than yours. We have learned through the centuries that the cannon speaks louder than the human voice.
But this is a new century, Monsieur Clemenceau. And this is a smaller world. Now, this is a civilization that can destroy itself if it keeps on fighting.
Men have always fought, Mr. President. They always will.
I don't believe that. Do you intend to go along with me on the League of Nations idea?
I do not believe it is a practical idea, Mr. President.
But you are not completely opposed to it.
No, we are not completely opposed to it.
Well, then, perhaps I can convince you.
You represent a large and powerful nation, Mr. President. Perhaps you can.
Extra, read about the peace conference. Extra. French press claims United States President blocking the security of France. Extra. Extra peace conference moving slowly. Italian press claims Italy being cheated by America. Extra. Small nations complain about trend of peace conference. Extra. Disposal of German colonies taken up tomorrow. Extra.
Gentlemen, I hold to my original statement about the colonies as is laid forth in the 5th point of my 14 points.
But the people of France are entitled to reparations. We need colonies.
Germany has no longer any right to colonies. England has proved that she understands how to govern.
Italy has need of colonies. Why is it that over and over Italy is being ignored in these discussions?
Italy is not being ignored, nor is France or England or any of the others. But the thing to determine is what the people in the colonies want and what all the peoples of the world favor. If there is to be a peace among men, you can't cut up nations and territories and give them to any other country that happens to hold the upper hand.
You fight for hard bargains, Mr. President.
I fight for fair bargains.
Mr. President, I tell you, you've got to get some rest.
Oh, I'll rest later, Doctor. Look at this article from tonight's paper, headed France's Claims. Is there no end to the claims of France and the claims of the rest of the world?
Stop worrying about the world and worry about yourself for a change. Go home, sit out in the sun, sleep, eat, act like a human being.
The territorial demands of all the European nations are beyond reason.
Go home, forget about it.
Well, maybe I will go home.
What?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. I would like some sun, some sleep.
I'm going to take your temperature right now.
Yes, I think I'll order the Secretary of the Navy to prepare to sail for home.
Mr. President, is it true that you are leaving for America?
Well, I have ordered the ship made ready, Monsieur Clemenceau.
Is it, as has been inferred, because you consider my country and the others too high in our territorial demands?
Monsieur Clemenceau, my patience is at an end. There seems to be nothing to be gained from further discussion. Everyone is thinking about the good of themselves, and no one is considering the good of the world.
But, Mr. President, you must not leave the conference. There will be a reduction in territorial demands.
Thank you, Monsieur Clemenceau.
You are a hard man to deny and to defeat, Mr. President. We are practical men, a little tired, more than a little cynical, I am afraid. Naturally, we are trying to make the best possible bargain for our own country. You come among us with your eyes on a vision. Since we have not seen this vision, it is difficult for us to share your enthusiasm.
I wish you could see it. Monsieur Clemenceau, if the powers were allowed to annex all the helpless countries and colonies in the world, then that would immediately discredit any League of Nations that was set up. Because people would say we divided up the world and then set up the League for selfish purposes to back that up.
You really believe this dream of yours will come to pass?
I do believe it.
My friend, I have fought with you on many points. Perhaps I shall fight with you on many more before this conference is concluded. But I respect you, and I like you. I have never met a man before with so much faith in humanity. I hope, I pray, that you live to see that faith justified. Mr. President, France will support you in your demands for a League of Nations.
Well, Mr. President, finally our labors are over, eh?
Yes, finally.
Tomorrow we go to the Great Hall of the Trianon Palace here in Versailles. It will be an historic moment.
Yes, the ceremony is all arranged. The delegates of the 27 nations will stand, and the 6 members of the enemy delegation will march in and take seats at a table facing Monsieur Clemenceau.
And you will hand them the book containing the peace treaty, and they will study it. And no one will ever fully realize the labor and discussion and achievements and disappointments it represents.
Well, no one is completely happy with it. It is a compromise for everyone.
Germany will say the terms are harsh.
The Italians have already withdrawn, believing the terms are not severe enough. France is disappointed, I know that.
It is not that so much, Mr. President. It is that the League offers a means by which Germany may get out of the terms imposed by the treaty.
No, not necessarily. It merely means that there is a court of appeal to which they can make an appeal. But making it and getting what they ask for are two different things. They can't do any better than the nations of the world want them to do.
You're not completely satisfied, are you, Mr. President?
No, because some of the terms I've had to accept are in opposition to what I believe. But I can at least go back to my country with a great gift. The League of Nations has been agreed to by the European powers. There is hope now of a lasting peace for all mankind.
In just a moment, we'll come back to Edward Arnold and Mr. President.
How much do you know about the Damon Runyon Cancer Fund? Did you know, for instance, that it was founded only 2 days after Runyon's death, and that already it has allocated close to $3 million to the fight against cancer? This organization, operating on a no-expense, no-overhead basis, has supported institutions all over the country in the fight against the most dreaded of modern diseases, cancer. There isn't a section of the country that hasn't benefited from the funds collected by this great organization. And that means there isn't an American who doesn't owe the Damon Runyon Cancer Fund his thanks for the greater protection against this terrible scourge. What greater tribute to a great man could there be than this living tribute of service to mankind? Just send your dimes or your dollars to the Damon Runyon Cancer Fund, care of the New York Mirror, New York City, 17. Now back to Edward Arnold and Mr. President.
You've probably guessed who the president was when all this happened, because it really did happen, you know. The president returned to America with the lines of his long struggle etched on his face. But he returned proudly, bearing a dream set down in glowing, hopeful words, signed by the nations of the world. He asked the Senate to ratify the treaty, and words came blazing back at him.
By entering the League, we will be bound in the sordid, cunning, secret, and crafty designs of European and Asiatic governments. The country's blood and its bone would be commandeered for all time.
Why, gentlemen, the membership of the League could comprise 15 white nations and 17 black, brown, yellow, and red ones. The white populations represented would be outnumbered on a scale of 9 to 1. How would America dare put herself in such a position?
Article 10 of the Covenant of the League of Nations promises the use of force, if necessary, to restrain aggressors. Why, gentlemen, if we ratify this, our military forces could be called abroad at any time. This calls for discussion, and mighty serious discussion.
Mr. President, I just left a Senate meeting. The Senate is not going to ratify your treaty.
It took 16 weeks in Paris to draft that covenant. So far, the Senate has taken 36 weeks in debating whether it should be ratified.
They've drafted a set of reservations to be added to the treaty.
And I suppose the reservations all serve to nullify the treaty.
I'm afraid they do, Mr. President.
It's too bad. The president literally almost killed himself in Paris working for that treaty.
I know, Doctor. You can see it in his eyes.
Oh, stop it, both of you. I can still show both of you a few tricks. Doctor, how would you feel about taking another trip?
Oh, no. You're not going on any trips. You're going to stay right here.
Why?
Go take a look in your mirror. You'll see why.
Oh, nonsense. I probably just need a new tonic.
Where would you be thinking of taking a trip to?
Oh, maybe a tour of the United States.
A tour? You mean a speaking tour?
I believe if I can make the people understand what the League is all about, they will bring sufficient pressure to bear on the Senate to get that treaty ratified.
Mr. President, if I told you that taking this trip at this time, in your state of health, might mean your life, would you still insist on going?
Yes.
Well, all right. I'll go pack my bags.
Mr. President, if you do this, your opponents will speak wherever you do and try to undermine you. They've discussed just this possibility.
Let them try. I have confidence in the people. All I ask is a chance to speak to them. My friends, if I were to state what seems to me the central idea of this treaty, it would be this. Nations do not consist of their governments, but consist of their people. That seems to us in America to go without saying. But it was never the leading idea in any other international congress that I ever heard of. You will notice that even the territories which are taken away from Germany, like her colonies, are not given to any others. I want to call your attention to the central machinery of the League of Nations. If any member of that league, or any nation not a member, refuses to submit the question at issue to discussion by the Council, there will be no trade with that nation by any member of the League. There will be no interchange of communication by post or telegraph. There will be no travel to or from that nation. Its borders will be closed. It will be hermetically sealed by the united action of the most powerful nations in the world. Some gentlemen say, it is not our business to take care of the world. No, but it is our business to prevent war. And if we don't take care of the weak nations of the world, there will be a war. I would like to get together the boys who fought in the war. And I would stand before them and say, boys, I told you before you went across the seas that this was a war against wars. And I did my best to fulfill that promise. But you are betrayed. You fought for something you didn't get. There will come sometime another struggle in which not a few 100,000 fine men from America will have to die, but as many millions as are necessary to accomplish the final freedom of the peoples of the world.
How do you feel?
Oh, a good night's sleep will put me right up on top again.
You've covered half the nation. Isn't that enough?
Oh, they're with me too, aren't they? The ones that have heard me, aren't they?
Yes, there's no doubt about that. But you're one man. You can't speak in every city in the country.
It takes time. It takes time. And time grows short. Time grows short.
Let's go home.
No, not quite yet. Don't think I'm not grateful to you, Doctor. I know what you've done for me.
It isn't what I've done. Worrying about you is making an old man of me.
Don't worry. I'm fine.
Let's stop someplace and rest a few weeks. This trip gets more and more dangerous for you every day.
Well, it was more and more dangerous in France as the boys got closer to the front lines, but they went on. They went right on towards the danger. It was the only way to win a war. It can't all have been for nothing. The war, the dead, the struggle with Clemenceau and the rest in Paris. I won't let it have been for nothing.
Where's the next stop?
Pueblo, Colorado.
Doctor!
What is it?
It's the president. Hurry, he's had a stroke.
Oh, wait, my case. I was afraid of that. I'll go to him. You tell the conductor to take this train straight back to Washington.
Well, Doctor?
Now, stay quiet. Don't try to move about.
Oh, good night's sleep will fix me up again.
You're going to have it. I've ordered the train back to Washington.
Are you under the impression that you're the President of the United States?
No, just acting for the President.
It's too bad. It's too bad. I wanted to reach more of the people.
You reached millions. And all the ones you reached will talk to others. You'll get your League of Nations, Mr. President.
I'm afraid not in my lifetime, Doctor. No. Not in my time. But in God's time it will come. The day will come when the nations of the world will sit around a conference table and wars will be a thing of the absolute past. For it is written, they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not rise against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. For the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken it. Well, I'm sure you figured out by now who the president was when all that happened, because it really did happen, you know, and you'll have the answer in just a moment.
On the first broadcast of ABC's Sunday evening program, Carnegie Hall, a dedication was made. One that has been continued on every broadcast. It goes like this. This program is dedicated to America, an island of freedom. Here alone in all the world are found opportunity and liberty, tolerance and respect for the dignity of man. These are American things, and it is our privilege to tell of them in music and song to reaffirm our faith in our country. The music on Carnegie Hall is directed by Dr. Frank Black, and the announcer director is Gene Hamilton. So don't miss a single Sunday night broadcast of Carnegie Hall, heard over most of these same ABC stations. And now here again is Edward Arnold.
Into the station, Mr. President.
Thank you, Doctor.
Think you can manage?
Oh, yes. I can walk through the station.
You know, Mr. President, someday all of those millions who heard your words on this tour will be able to say, as Clemenceau said in France, "Once I saw the light of a vision on a man's face, and I heard the notes of prophecy in a man's voice. And that man was the 29th President of the United States and the father of the League of Nations, Woodrow Wilson."
Yes, it was Woodrow Wilson who fought so gallantly for the League of Nations, and who prophesied the coming of the Second World War. He was indeed a great citizen of America and of the world. Be with us again next week, won't you, for another exciting story that happened in Washington a few years ago to Mr. President. Goodbye.
Let's take it out. Edward Arnold can currently be seen in the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer production, Command Decision. Mr. President was created by Robert G. Jennings. It was produced and directed by Leonard Reed. Today's story, by Gene Holloway, was based on incidents in the life of President Woodrow Wilson. Music was composed by Basil Adler. Be sure to listen again next week when the American Broadcasting Company and its affiliated stations bring you Edward Arnold with another interesting and factual story of Mr. President. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Edward Arnold as Woodrow Wilson in this episode of Mr. President from 77 years ago, January 23rd, 1949, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, we go back 81 years for an episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries.
Do you know how old the school building in your community is? If it's over 25 years old, the chances are that it's woefully inadequate. Join with the groups in your community working for better school conditions. Remember, better schools build a stronger America.
Now, in our collections, we don't have many pre-1945 episodes of Inner Sanctum Mysteries, but we do today. And that's going to be a little bit of a joy because we actually get to hear the original host of Inner Sanctum Mysteries, Paul McGrath, who just identified himself as your host. Well, in this episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries, we hear Raymond. Yes, it was Raymond Edward Johnson as the host of the show. And if you think that the regular host was just sort of silly, wait till you hear Raymond Edward Johnson. This episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries on Classic Radio Theater, as I said, is going back 81 years to January 23rd, 1945. Lee Bowman is starring in Death is an Artist.
Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup present Inner Sanctum Mysteries, starring Lee Bowman. Good evening, friends. This is your host, Raymond. Welcome to the Inner Sanctum. Come in, won't you? What are you staring at? The walls. Well, you know that old saying about walls having ears. Well, these walls have eyes and a nice assortment of fingers and hands. One of them has a heart, but you can't beat that. Don't mind me, friends. In my old age, I'm getting to be a bit of a gore.
You're getting to be a crotchety old bachelor, that's what.
Who said that? Oh, Mary Bennett. Hello. Tell me, Mary, do you think I should get married? You know, I used to have a girlfriend, but she threw me over. She was a vampire. She said I wasn't her blood type.
Mr. Raymond, please, what a silly thing to say. More and more, I'm convinced that what you need is a wife. I'd just love to see the way a wife would handle you.
Would you send me a wedding present, Mary?
I sure would. I'd send you a big supply of Lipton's noodle soup. You know, I'll bet your wife would appreciate that. My goodness, in the old days, it took a woman all day to make a pot of noodle soup, whereas nowadays it only takes a jiffy. That is, when you use Lipton's noodle soup mix. But Lipton's has got the same homemade taste, believe you me. It's got the same chickeny flavor. Yes, sir, a hot plate of Lipton's noodle soup is a grand welcome home for the whole family. One whiff of that savory Lipton's noodle soup, and folks feel relaxed and ready for dinner with a rousing good appetite.
Well, now, that's a very pretty picture, Mary. Which reminds me, our story tonight is about one of the fine arts, murder. It's called Death is an Artist, an original tale by Frederick Maytho. And our star is from Hollywood, Lee Bowman, soon to appear with Rita Hayworth in the Columbia Technicolor picture Tonight and Every Night. So, Curdo, close to the fire and turn the lights down real low. By the way, if you have a little spook or two in your home, looking behind your shower curtains before turning on the water is the courteous thing to do. Otherwise, you might be dampening your spirits. Now let's get on with our story. I'm Stevie, a reporter. I'm what's called a police reporter, because I hang around police stations for my stories. But tonight, I'm the best reporter in the world, because I've got that kind of a story that's only given to one writer in 1,000, once in a lifetime. This story begins with the end of a man's life. Yesterday, an old man living alone with his 5 cats on an abandoned barge under the Brooklyn Bridge cut off the heads of 4 of his cats, then expertly slit his own throat from ear to ear. At 6 o'clock on the morning we got the flash about this old man, I was playing cribbage with Mike, my police pal, at the station house squad room. Burke, the desk captain, was snoring his head off. Okay, Mike, there it is. Go, 121 points. That last run made it.
You're the luckiest jerk, Stevie.
We're both lucky. Not a call the whole night.
Sure hate to drive out to anything in this blizzard. Brace, 84th Precinct, Brooklyn. What? Yeah. Wait, say that slower. You haven't seen him in a week. There's cats ain't around. Oh, but lady... Huh? Blood in the snow. Well, that's different, sure. Yeah, okay, thanks.
What's up, Captain?
Some dame passes an old barge down the foot of the bridge on her way to work every day. Says an old bum lives there with his cats.
Don't tell me I gotta rescue a cat now.
No, this coot talks to her real polite every morning. But she ain't seen him in a week. Today she goes to look close like and finds blood in the snow near the door.
So we go see. Well, probably went south for the winter. Coming along, Stevie? Yeah, but I don't like it. Burke mentioned cats, and I hate cats. And I hate people who keep cats. Well, this is it, I guess. Come on, Stevie.
Hey, look, Mike. There's a snowman.
So what? Haven't you ever seen a snowman?
Yeah, but look. That's not an ordinary snowman. It's a beautifully sculptured head of a woman. Made out of snow.
Ah, come on. It's cool. Let's get inside this scow here. Hey, open up. Open up here. Open up inside.
There is blood out here, Mike. Look. See? Here's where the woman's footprints stop.
Okay, Sherlock. Help me bust this door.
What's the matter with you?
Look on the floor.
Holy mackerel. 1, 2, 3, 4 cats with their heads cut off. And another one. Alive.
Hey, where are you going?
I told you I can't stand them dead or alive. One of them clawed me when I was a kid.
Stevie, get a load of this over here on the bed. He did a good job. From ear to ear.
He had done a good job. He was naked to the waist, and his hairy torso was bathed in blood. His head lay to one side and was nearly severed at the throat. His mouth, a strangely sensitive mouth, hung foolishly open in the middle of a matted mass of beard. But it was his eyes that stirred something inside me. They were cold black agates that smoldered with defiance, even in death. They seemed to carry a message only I was meant to see. I turned away and stumbled over a small wooden box. It contained clay fragments. An impulse seized me, and I carried the box outside.
What do you want that box of trash for?
I'm not sure. I just felt I ought to take it along. Mind?
Just junk. These bums collect the screwiest stuff. Come on, I'll drop you off at your paper. You'll get a news beat on this anyhow.
Okay, Mike. Thanks. I'll call you later to see if you identify the old bird.
All right, Stevie. Hey, here's that box of junk. You want it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I wrote the item. All we could learn was that he was Ivan. No fingerprints on record, no relatives, just Ivan. So he stayed just Ivan to 250,000 readers and to the police. But to me, he was a man who had not yet died. I poked through the rubble of clay in the box, and I was about to throw the whole mess out when a time-blackened metal tag caught my eye. It was the kind of tag used to mark paintings or statues. It read, Agatha, January 2nd, 1924. 20 years ago, today. And below that was a name, Ivan Thorne. The name jangled a bell in my memory. It frightened me. It fascinated me. I rummaged in the box some more. A hunch grew to certainty. Ivan Thorne had been a sculptor. Here was a fragment of clay, a nose. Here, part of a chin. Here, an ear, a woman's ear. And the snow image of a woman's head came to mind. Why did Ivan Thorne, a sculptor of obvious talent, do a head of a woman named Agatha in clay, then on the same date, 20 years later, as a bum, reproduce it in snow, and slit his throat. I found the answer in the yellowed clippings of the newsroom morgue. The story of Ivan Thorne was filed under murders unsolved. After I'd read the story, I marched into GC's office.
Yeah, what's up, Stevie? They study the Brooklyn Bridge again?
No. You read the item on the old guy I found with his throat cut?
Sure. Cut off his cat's heads, then his own, unidentified. Good item.
I know who he is. Was.
Yeah? Story?
Story. You got time to listen?
Shoot.
Well, this begins in a sculptor's studio off Washington Square on a stormy night long ago. Ivan Thorne and Agatha, his wife, were having words.
For the last time, Agatha. Are you really going through with this divorce foolishness?
For the last time, yes. I'm tired of living from hand to mouth. I'm tired of your stupid statues. I'm tired of your stupid cats. I'm tired of you.
All right. I'll give you the divorce. You can marry Greg Stevens. He'll give you everything you want. But Horace stays with me. I want custody of the boy.
The court will decide that.
Agatha, I've been working on that head of you for a year. It's good. I think the museum...
Oh, that thing? It doesn't even come close to looking like me.
Of course, that head isn't you. It's what I remember you as when I first met you.
Ivan, let go of me. You're hurting me.
All right. I'll let go of you. But I'm going to finish that head, Agatha. And you're going to help me.
I will not.
You'll get your divorce. Only if you agree in writing. Depose me one day each month for 6 months. I must finish it.
6 months, hmm? And what about Horace?
He's away at school all the time. We'll let the court decide a decent arrangement.
All right, Ivan, I'll do that. Give me that pen. Here. I, Agatha Thorne, agree to pose for a sculptured head by Ivan Thorne on the first day of each month for 6 months. Signed, Agatha Thorne. There you are.
Now, get out. Get out before I break your neck. She's gone. She's gone. But I'll see her again. 6 more times. That's all I need. 6 more times.
Sounds to me like this Ivan guy is working up a neat little catastrophe.
Mr. Raymond.
Yes, Mary.
I got to thinking about that snowman they found. Did you ever make a snowman?
Oh, sure, and I cut off his head for a souvenir. Kept it in the icebox over the summer.
You're teasing me, Mr. Raymond. But you know, when I was a child, we used to spend all afternoon making a snowman. And then we'd go in the house for supper with our cheeks red as a frost apple and with a real country appetite. The house was so warm and cozy. Yes, and filled with all the exciting smells of good cooking. You know how children are. They play in the snow and then come in ready to eat you out of house and home. And I've got a grand suggestion for these winter night suppers. Lipton's Noodle Soup Mix. It's such a heartening dish. Thrifty, too. Costs a lot less than canned soups. Yes, Lipton's Noodle Soup just seems to belong to folks young and old who've got a healthy appetite and a yen for homemade chickeny-tasting soup.
Mary.
Yes, Mr. Raymond?
Mr. Bowman is waiting to resume his part of the young police reporter, Stevie. That's right. You remember, Stevie told his editor that Ivan was divorced by his wife, Agatha, 20 years ago, and how the events that followed turned the sculptor into the tired old bum he was when he slit his throat under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Well, Stevie, did Agatha get her divorce?
Yes, and the court gave her custody of their 6-year-old kid, Horace. She married Greg Stevens, and according to these clippings, she kept her agreement with Thorne. She posed for the head he was doing of her so that he could finish it.
The first day of each month for 6 months, huh?
Yeah.
How'd he take the divorce and losing his kid and all?
Beautifully, so everybody thought. It got to be the talk of the town. The three of them, Agatha, Greg, and Ivan, seemed to get along fine together. The Stevenses were frequent callers at Thorne's studio.
Oh, I say, Thorne, why won't you show me the head you're making of Agatha? It isn't fair, you know.
Not till it's finished, Greg. You wouldn't appreciate it as it is now.
It really is good, Ivan. When will you finish it?
Yes, Ivan, when?
I want to finish it on New Year's Day. That will be the last time you need pose, Agatha. Can you make it that day?
Well, I'll just have to, won't I?
Yes. At 3 o'clock?
At 3 o'clock. Come on, Greg, darling.
Good night, Ivan.
Good night, Ivan. My goodness, 6 months goes by so fast, doesn't it?
Six months. I gave them 6 months. Monday, it's over. Monday is the last day she poses for me. Monday, I'll finish that head. I love her. And for 6 months, 6 centuries, she belonged to that idiot. He took my son from me. You can't hear me, Agatha. Can you? This is you and Clay. You can't hear me. Everybody thinks it's wonderful that Ivan Thorne is such a good sport about it. I fooled them all. I fooled you. Yes. I fooled even you.
Then he really was out of his mind, Stevie, this Ivan guy.
Sure, but with a madman's cunning, he disguised it well. At that point, only his cats knew it, I guess.
Well, what happened then?
New Year's Day, 1924, was a howling wintry day. Neighbors later testified to seeing Ivan's massive frame, coat flailing open in the wind, arms loaded with groceries, eyes staring, unblinking, as he turned into his building. It was the last time they saw him. In his studio, Ivan kicked his door shut and began talking to Agatha's statue, as he'd gotten into the habit of doing now for some time.
I'll set the table by the fire, Agatha, just as we always did. You like that. And I'll set a place for little Horace. Oh, I know you don't want him to come here, but we'll just make believe, huh? Agatha, I must pull myself together. Happy New Year, Agatha. Come in, come in.
And the same to you, Ivan. Oh, let me get to that fire quickly. I'm frozen up. Why are you bolting the door?
The draft rattles the door. Here, give me a coat. Now, how about a bite? By the fire?
Why, Ivan. How quaint. Just like old times, hmm?
This is the last time you'll come to pose. Have you minded living up to our agreement?
No, Ivan. You've been very decent about it. But tell me, why are you so set on finishing the head you're doing of me?
Have you ever seen a human skull, Agatha? Ugly thing. Long after that pretty head of yours becomes a skull, the head I'm making of you will live in ageless bronze. That's why I'm so anxious to finish this work.
I see. Well, shall we start, Ivan? Ivan, you're not working. You're just staring at me.
I'm studying the line of your neck, darling. It eludes me.
Well, hurry, please. I've sat here for 2 hours now. I'm tired.
I'll be finished soon. Then you can rest, darling. Then you can rest.
Ivan, you're looking at me as though you... Ivan!
You've moved your head again, darling. Here, let me show you. There. So. Just like this. Don't move, Agatha. My fingers are loose on your throat. But in a split second, I can sink them into you tight. Like this.
Don't.
I've loved you more in these few months you've been away from me than I ever did before. I'll always love you. But if I can't have you, no one else can.
Ivan, you're mad. You can't.
I gave you 6 months with that fool because I wasn't sure. I thought I could get over losing you and the boy. But I can't.
We all thought you would.
Resigned. No. Even now, I don't know if I want to kill you, Agatha. I'm not sure.
No, you don't. You know you don't. Think of ours. Your son.
I am thinking of your little fool.
Oh, Greg. Greg, help me.
Greg. You've got the nerve to speak his name here. Now. You want Gregory. I did it. But you made me do it. How beautiful you are. Dead. Look at this clay head. Agatha, see, I was wrong. You're much more beautiful. I've changed my mind. I don't want fame. I don't want a statue. I want you. See, Agatha, I've broken it, smashed it. It's Greg Stevens who should die. He did all this to us. Yes. I'll go see Greg. That's it. But I must be careful now. I must make Greg suffer. Oh. I have it. Yes. He must know that he, too, has lost Agatha.
Wow, that's some yarn, Stevie. He actually strangled Agatha, huh? What happened then?
He left his studio and called at the Stevens' house a little after 6. Greg Stevens and young Horace were the only ones there, except for the butler. He testified that Ivan quietly asked to see Stevens alone. He had a bundle in his arms, covered with a piece of black velvet, when Gregory greeted him.
Ivan, well, glad to see you and Happy New Year to you. But where's Agatha? She was supposed to be with you.
She'll turn up shortly. Said something about a girlfriend she had to stop by for.
Oh, I see. Well, come on in, Ivan. We can have a glass of sherry while we wait.
Thanks.
Put your package down somewhere on the table here.
Thank you.
Did you get a lot done today? On the head, I mean?
Yes. I've finished it.
Oh, good. Say, that wouldn't be it in that box, would it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is.
Well, good heavens, man, let me see it. I've been kept from all this long enough. Now that it's finished,
wait. Till Agatha gets here. I'm going away for a while, Stevens. Before I go, I want you to tell me something. Do you love Agatha? A lot, I mean.
A lot? I worship her. I adore her.
You know what you did to me when you took Agatha and my boy from me?
Well, the choice was hers. I'm glad for my sake. I'm sorry for you. But I thought you were resigned by now.
Resigned? You poor fool. I've lived a life of raging hate for you.
Ivan, sit down.
You don't have to be sorry for me anymore, Greg. You can start feeling sorry for yourself.
Thorne, what are you driving at?
Everything comes out even, Greg. Come over here.
What's in that box?
Come closer, Greg. Here. I'll take the cloth off. See for yourself. Agatha! You fiend! You beast, I'll kill you!
Hurts, doesn't it, Greg? Hurts to lose Agatha.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Oh, you won't.
Get away from me. You won't kill me. I won't kill you. We'll both live to remember.
Thorne didn't kill Stevens?
No, G.C. He knocked him out. They found his footprints in the snow along with the kids. He must have stopped to say goodbye.
What a story. He slit his throat this morning as a bum on a barge.
Yeah. Took his cats with him. The clay fragments I found in that box on the barge were all that was left of the clay head of Agatha.
Nobody even found out how he got away or managed to stay hidden for 20 years?
No. That's his secret.
Well, write it up, stupid.
I can't. I won't, G.C. You can't print that story.
The devil I can't. Where's this Greg Stevens? Where's Horace the kid? Find him.
Greg Stevens died penniless and insane a year later. His kid was raised in an orphan asylum.
Well, find the kid. Now, let's see. He'd be about 26 today. Maybe he doesn't know any of these things. What a scoop. Get busy.
Look, you can't print this story. Why do you think I didn't write it up and hand it in? I feel sorry for the kid. I was raised in an asylum.
A story's a story.
What do I have to do? Draw you a diagram, G.C.? Why do you call me Stevie?
Well, because your name is Stevens, I guess. And, good heavens. You don't mean it.
Yes. My name is Stevens. I never use my first name. I don't like it. It's Horace.
That's right. You're Horace Stevens.
Yes. My father was Ivan Thorne.
You have a little sculptor in your home. Better take his modeling away from him. Might grow up to be a bust. That's enough to give anybody the creeps.
It certainly is, Mr. Raymond.
Oh, Mary Bennett. Say, didn't you like our story tonight?
Well, it was exciting, all right, but why don't you tell stories about normal, happy people? Of course, folks like that never get murdered or anything, but interesting things happen to them. Nice things, too.
Like discovering Lipton's noodle soup, huh, Mary?
Well, why not? Lipton's noodle soup is a good way to brighten up a meal, and good meals are a mighty important part of life. So, folks, maybe you've tried other envelope soups, but if you've never tried Lipton's noodle soup, you've got something real nice ahead of you, because Lipton's is the favorite noodle soup of them all.
Our moral for tonight is don't drive alone. If you have a car, lucky you, form a carpool. Then, if you should have a flat tire, you'll be among friends on that cold, cold highway. Fun, huh? And Uncle Sam says join the carpool, too. He's not kidding. He says your carpool will help save gas and tires, so look to it, Max. Yes, this month's Inner Sanctum Mystery novel is Net of Cobwebs by Elizabeth Sanksay Holding. Oh, yes, and you won't forget to look for Lee Bowman with Rita Hayworth in the Columbia Technicolor picture Tonight and Every Night. Well, now it's time to say goodnight until next week at the same time when Lipton Tea and Lipton Soup again present another Inner Sanctum Mystery directed by Hyman Brown. Good night. Pleasant dreams.
Folks, I got to thinking about wintertime, about snowmen and frost pictures on the windows, and about how cozy a house can be when there's a gale blowing outside. And then I got to thinking about Lipton tea, because a cup of Lipton's, the tea with that brisk flavor, really hits the spot. It's so cheerful and warming. You know, the word brisk, B-R-I-S-K, means that Lipton tea has a fresh, lively flavor. It's never thin or wishy-washy. That's why Lipton's is America's favorite tea. So don't forget to ask for it when you go to the grocery store. And don't forget to tune in next Tuesday night for another Inner Sanctum Mystery.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Raymond Edward Johnson is the host of Inner Sanctum Mysteries from 81 years ago, January 23rd, 1945, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Let's take a look at the week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Tomorrow, we'll start off your weekend with episodes of The Six-Shooter, Gunsmoke, and Have Gun Will Travel, and we'll throw in an episode of Suspense and Leonard Stone in Turnabout. On Sunday, comedy with Jack Benny, George and Gracie, The Great Gildersleeve, and the Aldrich Family. On Monday, Lights Out, Dragnet, the Nick Carter Master Detective in the Shadow. On Tuesday, My Favorite Husband, Abbott and Costello, Danny Kaye, and CBS Radio Workshop. On Wednesday, Father Knows Best, Fibber, McGee and Molly, Jimmy Durante, and the Old Gold Comedy Theater. On Thursday, Fibber and Molly, Amos and Andy, Our Miss Brooks, and the Aldrich Family. And a week from today, we'll have another episode of Inner Sanctum Mysteries, this one from 1950. We'll have an episode of Suspense, Van Heplen in Three Blind Mice. William Gargan is Barry Craig, Confidential Investigator, and another episode in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. That's all coming up the week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, speaking of Holmes, we will hear the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes next.
Alert Americans will heed history's lessons. Throughout history, surprise has had a leading role in military disasters. Today, an enemy capable of surprise air attack could leave chaos in his wake. That's why you should be in the Civilian Ground Observer Corps, volunteering a few hours a week to guard our skies. Be a ground observer. Contact your local civilian defense office.
And visit us anytime at classicradio.stream to support the podcast. We continue now as we hear Sir John Gielgud and Sir Ralph Richardson as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. This episode goes back 71 years, January 23rd, 1955, the tragedy of the Gasfitters' Ball.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, with Sir John Gielgud as Sherlock Holmes and Sir Ralph Richardson as our storyteller, Dr. James Watson.
I want to tell you this humble tale of poor Miss Sutherland, of the Duchess of Devonshire hat and the grey feather boa. Holmes solved her problem by sheer deduction, without moving once from Baker Street. So now I ask you to come back with me to those old chambers of ours on an early spring evening long ago when we sat smoking contentedly together on either side of a cheerful fire. What is it, Holmes? What are you looking at?
A client, if I'm not mistaken, Watson. There, do you see her down there in the street, coming up towards our front door?
What, the young woman with the big hat?
Fidgeting nervously on the pavement. I've seen those symptoms before.
And what does fidgeting on the pavement mean, pray?
Usually an affaire du coeur, Watson. She'd like some advice, no doubt, but she isn't now quite sure that the matter isn't rather too delicate for her to reveal, after all. Ah, but now she plunges like a swimmer leaving the bank.
Oh, my soul, Holmes, you really are impossible. I suppose you can find some further influence from the very ringing of the bell.
Of course. Even there one may discriminate. A bell may be rung in 100 different ways. On this occasion we may take it that there is a love matter, but that somewhat sizable maiden isn't so much angry as perplexed or grieved.
Holmes.
Will you kindly admit her, my dear fellow, and then we can resolve our doubts?
Of course. I'm all eagerness.
Good evening. May I see Mr. Sherlock Holmes, sir?
Yes, certainly. And the name, please?
Miss Mary Sutherland.
Oh, come in, Miss Sutherland. This is Mr. Holmes. I'm his friend and partner. Miss Mary Sutherland, Holmes.
Ah, Miss Sutherland, good evening. Do sit down.
Good evening.
Don't you find that with your short sight it's a little trying to do so much typewriting?
Well, I did at first, sir, but I got... Mr. Holmes, you must have heard of me. How did you know that?
It's my business to know things. Otherwise, why should you come to consult me? This gentleman here is Dr. Watson, by the by. You can rely entirely upon his discretion.
Thank you, sir. You see, I came because I'd heard of you, Mr. Holmes. I knew you helped people who were in trouble.
And what trouble are you in, Miss Sutherland?
Oh, sir, I'd give anything if you could solve it for me. I'm not rich, Mr. Holmes, but I've still got 100 or 2 in my own right. I'd give it all to know what's become of Mr. Angel.
We can discuss the financial aspect later, Miss Sutherland. But tell me, why did you come away to consult me in such a very great hurry?
What? You know that too, Mr. Holmes.
No doubt Dr. Watson understands how I know it, eh, Watson?
Oh, Holmes, don't rub it in. Now, I gather it's true, Miss Sutherland?
Yes, sir. I did bang out of the house, rather. Mr. Windybank took it all that easy somehow. Wouldn't go to the police or anything. So I just donned my things and came right away to you, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Windybank, you said?
Yes. He's my father.
Surely your stepfather, Miss Sutherland, since the name's different.
That's right. Seems funny, don't it? Because I call him father, and he's only really 5 years older than I am.
Indeed. And your mother's still alive.
Oh, yes. Of course, I don't mind saying, Mr. Holmes, that I wasn't best pleased when she married again, particularly so soon after Father's death, and a man that was nearly 15 years younger than she was.
You mentioned having a little income of your own.
My Uncle Ned in Auckland left it me. It's in stock or some such, and I can only touch the interest, which is about 100 a year.
A gratifying sum for a single girl, Miss Sutherland.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I really don't feel I need it much, you know. So I let Mr. Windybank, that's father, I let him draw it for me, and he gives some of it to Mother and keeps the rest. Kind of makes me feel I'm not a drain on them living at home.
Mm-hmm.
I can make my tuppence a sheet from my typewriting, see?
Quite so.
But, Mr. Holmes, I'm so worried. If only you could help me find Mr. Angel.
Well, let's first hear all about his disappearance. What is his full name, may I ask?
Hosmer Angel. I used to think it was such a nice name. You see, I met him at the Gasfitter's ball.
Miss Sutherland, may I?
Oh, Mr. Angel. Again? It's the 6th dance you've asked me for, Mr. Angel.
Maybe I might ask for another one, too, before it's done, Miss Sutherland. Maybe another 2.
There only are another 2, Mr. Angel.
Well, then. Maybe I might even asked to call on you tomorrow, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, Mr. Angel.
Couldn't you call me Hosmer?
Hosmer?
Mary. Lovely floor, Mary.
Lovely, Hosmer.
Lovely band, Mary.
Lovely, Hosmer. I wish it could go on and on forever, Hosmer. Just on and on forever. On and on. And in a kind of way it did, you see, Mr. Holmes. Because I used to meet him for walks in the dark evenings. And we'd talk and talk about the ball and the way he'd taken me for all those dances.
Most interesting, I'm sure. And when your stepfather came back from France?
Well, it had to end then, of course, because Father didn't like young men at the house. But then he went away again, you see.
Ah.
So her Hosmer used to come as before.
And did he write to you in the intervals?
Oh, yes. And so did I. I brought his letters with me, Mr. Holmes. There you are. I thought you might manage to find one of your famous clues in them.
Well, I've no doubt I may, Miss Sutherland. Thank you so much. And then?
He asked me to marry him, Mr. Holmes.
Aha. With your stepfather's consent, of course, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, no, sir. Mr. Windybank would never have given it. After he'd gone to France, Hosmer came to the house one night in dreadful earnest and made me swear with my hands on the testament that I'd always be true to him, whatever happened. He said, could we be married before Father came back from his latest trip? And I said yes. And Mother was all right, too. She was on our side, and so...
Well, Miss Sutherland?
It was all arranged for last Friday, very quietly at St. Saviour's near King's Cross. Oh, Oh, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, now, please, calm yourself, Miss Sutherland. Watson, your handkerchief, perhaps, if you'd be so good.
Yes. There you are, my dear. There.
Thank you, gentlemen. You're very kind. You see, Hosmer came for Mother and me in a hansom, and he put us both into it. Then he got into a four-wheeler because it was the only other cab in the street. And when we got to the church, Mr. Holmes...
The cab was empty.
Mr. Holmes, how did you guess? Oh, it's true, Doctor. He just disappeared.
Good heavens.
And I've never seen him since. I'm so afraid for him.
Seems to me that you've been most shamefully treated, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, no, sir, no. Hosmer was good and kind. Something dreadful's happened to him. I know he'd never forsake me of his own will. You must find him, Mr. Holmes.
Well, I'll do my best, Miss Sutherland. I'll most certainly do my very best. You can let me have a description of Mr. Angel, can't you?
I put an advertisement in the papers the other day. There it is, Mr. Holmes. You'll find it there.
Ah, yes, thank you. Dark whiskers, unusually soft voice.
We'd had the quinsy when he was young, and it left him with a weak throat.
I see. And his address?
I never knew it.
Well, what about the letters you exchanged?
I used to write to the post office in Leadenhall Street, marked to be called for.
Ah, and his letters to you are unheaded, I see. Very well, Miss Sutherland. You've made your statement very well, very clearly, and I shall certainly do all I possibly can for you. You'll leave me your address, won't you, so that I can get in touch with you?
Oh, here it is, sir. In my bag. I wrote it down before I left.
Splendid.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. You've been so kind.
Not at all.
Good day, sir. Good day, Dr. Watson.
Good day, my dear. Oh, Holmes, what a sad story. Have you a theory?
No doubt I shall have, Watson. We must think. Will you have a pinch of snuff?
Huh? Oh, thanks. I say, what a magnificent box. Old gold with an amethyst.
Yes. Oh, of course, I forgot to tell you, Watson. It arrived this morning by special messenger while you were out. A little souvenir from the King of Bohemia in return for my assistance in the case of the Irene Adler papers.
Holmes. From the glories of Bohemia to the Gasfitter's ball, from the courts of Europe to poor Mary Sutherland.
Poor Mary Sutherland. Yes, poor indeed, my dear Watson. Once long ago, at the time when we first met, in the Milverton case, I said I think that there were crimes that weren't crimes in any recognized sense.
What, is this one of them? You mean you've solved it, Holmes?
Well, I have a glimmering, at least. A glimmering, my dear fellow. Pass me my violin, will you? It only remains to think for a little, Watson. It only remains to think.
Capital snuff, this capital.
Bless you, my dear fellow.
As it happened, a professional case of my own of some gravity at the time, and I had to spend all that night and all the next day at the bedside of my patient. But I confess that during the long, dark watches, my thoughts went back and back to Miss Sutherland and her problem. For all the preposterous hat and the vacuous face, there had been something rather touching in the simple faith of that unusual visitor of ours. At last, however, I found myself free with my patient out of danger. I hurried to Baker Street. There was Holmes, half asleep in his armchair and half invisible through the fumes from his pipe. A formidable array of bottles and test tubes told me that he'd spent the day in one of the chemical experiments that was so dear to him. Well, my dear Holmes. Wake up, old fellow. Have you solved it?
Hey, what? Oh, it's you, Watson. What's the matter?
Well, I mean the mystery, Holmes. Miss Sutherland.
What? Oh, sit down, my dear Watson. You seem quite agitated.
Well, it's absurd, I know, but I just can't get that girl out of my mind, poor thing. Such an idiotic problem, somehow.
It was never a problem at all, my dear fellow. You'll find a parallel case in Andover in 77 if you consult my index, and there was something of the same sort at The Hague only last year. The idea is really quite old, you know.
Well, I'll confess it's new to me, at least. Whatever it is.
Well, it has one or two unusual features, perhaps, which aren't without interest. Oh, I'm awake now. I'm sorry. Pour yourself some whiskey and soda, my dear Watson, and let me give you a little lesson in observation while we're waiting.
Waiting? For what? For whom?
for someone who may help us to lay our hands on that missing Hosmer Angel. The only drawback is that even when we do find him, I'm afraid there isn't any law that can touch the scoundrel.
What puzzles me were his motives. The girl said herself there was no question of money. If he'd even married her first and then deserted her, I'd have understood it better.
You seem to be singularly interested in the technique of matrimonial desertion, my dear Watson.
My dear fellow, you're only intrigued by the mystery.
Quite so. Yes, you might pour me a whiskey too, will you?
Oh, sorry.
We must take first things first, Watson. We must consider the fair damsel in some detail.
Well, I did try to notice one or two things about her.
Excellent. For example?
Well, look, one of her gloves was worn through at the right forefinger, for instance. And they'd been good gloves to start with. So I guessed that she was fairly well-to-do in a kind of jolly, easy-going way, a bit careless and so forth. I mean, before she told us about her 100 a year.
Admirable. You progress, Watson. Nothing else about the worn glove?
No, I can't say there was particularly. Oh, but I did see the little dents of the pince-nez marks on either side of her nose. I wasn't quite as surprised as she was when you told her she was short-sighted.
Splendid, my dear fellow. And the typewriting, of course, and the fact that she'd come to see us in a great hurry. You perceived all that, naturally.
No, not a bit of it. You had me there, I'm afraid.
Well, then let me give you a golden hint, Watson. Always look at a woman's sleeve first. With a man, it's perhaps better to take the knees of his trousers.
But I did look at her sleeve, a kind of purple plush.
Exactly, and there's hardly a better material for showing traces. The double line a little above the wrist was most beautifully defined, just where the typist presses against the table, of course.
Oh, come, Holmes. There must be dozens of other activities where the same thing happened.
What, for instance?
Well, a sewing machine, say, of the hand type.
Well done. That leaves an exactly similar mark, but only on the left arm, my dear fellow, and on the side of it furthest from the thumb, not right across the broadest part, as it was in this case.
All right, you win. But the hurry she'd come in.
After the sleeve, the boots, Watson.
Well, I did glance at her feet.
Yes, to consider the trim turn of her ankle, no doubt, whereas I observed that her boots, although very similar, didn't match. And that one was buttoned only in the two lower buttons out of the 5, and the other only at the first, third, and fifth, showing plainly
that she dressed quickly, except that it could also illustrate my own point from the gloves, that she was easygoing and careless.
The gloves confirmed the haste, not the carelessness. What you didn't notice, Watson, was that both the glove and the finger through it were slightly stained with violet ink. So she'd written something before leaving home, but after being fully dressed to go out. She'd written in a hurry and dipped her pen too deep, and it must indeed have been on this very morning, or else the mark wouldn't have been so clear.
That was the address she wrote down and gave us from her bag.
Exactly.
Well, I give you best again, Holmes.
Thank you. It was all quite elementary. You know, you're really an excellent fellow, Watson.
Indeed, and why, pray?
Why, to put up with me as you do when I'm so unbearably priggish.
Well, let's get back to the missing bridegroom, Holmes.
The redoubtable Hosmer Angel. Very well, then. And about him, Watson...
Well?
I'm afraid I can tell you practically nothing at all beyond what you can read yourself from the girl's description in the advertisement and from what his own letters imply.
The description's commonplace enough.
It isn't without some points of interest, however. Just read it.
About 5'7". Bushy black side whiskers. Moustache. Tinted glasses. Unusually soft voice. Hardly much there, I'd say.
And the letters to Miss Sutherland?
Singularly trite in sentiment.
Except that he quotes Balzac once. Anything else?
Well, they're typewritten.
Splendid, Watson, which in itself is hardly notable, perhaps except that...
The signature's typewritten too. Now, that is strange.
Just so. And here, if I'm not mistaken, is the visitor I was expecting.
Not Hosmer Angel himself, Holmes?
James Windybank, the girl's father, Watson, or rather stepfather. It's always as well to do business with male relatives in cases like this. I wrote to him immediately and had a reply to say that he'd call on us at 6:30 this evening. Will you kindly let him in?
Yes, of course.
Shall I describe him to you, Watson, before he knocks?
But how can you? You've never seen him.
Nevertheless, you will find him tallish, clean-shaven, somewhat loud-voiced, and with a pair of wonderfully penetrating eyes. You'll see, Watson. Here he comes. Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Good heavens.
Come in, Mr. Windybank. My colleague here, Dr. Watson, seems a little stunned by your appearance. I really can't think why.
Well, I think it's a bit thick, Mr. Holmes. I really can't apologise, see?
Why, what for, Mr. Windybank? Do sit down, won't you?
Oh, that girl of mine, my stepdaughter, troubling you with all this.
On the contrary, it's been no trouble at all.
Well, Mary's very excitable and impulsive, see? She would come to you.
Well, why not? It's what I'm here for.
Well, it's nice to have these family troubles made public, you know. Besides, it's just a useless expense. How could you possibly find this scoundrel, Hosmer Angel?
But I have every reason to believe that I have found him, Mr. Windibank.
What? Well, I'm delighted to hear it.
I thought you would be. Watson, do come and join us. Sit down, my dear fellow. Don't stand staring there now. Let me tell you both a little story.
A story, Holmes?
A fairy story, prefaced by some remarks, perhaps, on the typewriter and its relationship to crime.
Look here, what's all this about?
Now, no two typewriters are quite alike, you know, Mr. Windibank. They are, in fact, as distinctive as handwriting to the expert eye. Now, in these groups of letters I have before me, you'll notice the broken E's and the R that has lost its serif. Interesting, eh, Mr. Windibank?
What's all this fantastic talk? If you can catch this Hosmer Angel, catch him. Let me know when you've done it.
Certainly. Watson, will you lock the door, please?
What? Lock it?
Mr. Windibank, I have caught Hosmer Angel.
Where? How do you mean?
Well, come. This won't do. It really won't. It's only too clear.
Confound you, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It isn't actionable.
No, I'm very much afraid that it isn't. But between ourselves, it was about as mean a trick as I ever met in my life.
Well, I say, Holmes, what's all this about? What do you mean?
I mean, Watson, that my fairy story is about a wicked stepfather who had 100 a year only so long as his wife's daughter stayed with him. He was terrified lest she'd get married someday. So he begins by denying her any form of entertainment where she might possibly meet personable young men. And when he discovers that won't work forever...
He becomes a personable young man himself, upon my soul.
Just so, with the connivance of his wife, who seems to be as mean as he is, he adopts characteristics exactly opposite to his own. A soft voice, tinted glasses to cover his bright eyes, meets her only in the dark.
It's a joke. It was only a joke at first.
Oh, really, was it? To make a fool of that poor, simple girl, win her confidence and her love, make her swear on the testament that she'd always be true to you, and then, when your own continual visits to France became too much trouble, to take her to the very door of the church, Mr. Windibank, and then conveniently disappear by that old trick of stepping into one door of a four-wheeler and out of the other.
By Jove, Holmes.
You sicken me, Windibank. Why, you knew perfectly well she'd never forget that one romance of hers. You knew she was tied to you for at least 10 years to come by the tragedy of Hosmer Angel's disappearance. And all for the sake of £100 a year, you greedy wretch.
All right. It may be so or it may not. But it's you that's breaking the law and not me. As long as you keep that door locked, your ears are open to an action for illegal restraint.
Unlock it, Watson.
Ah.
No, the law can't touch you, Windibank. You're quite right there. But if that poor girl, Mary Sutherland, had a brother or a friend, he ought to lay a horsewhip across your miserable shoulders. By Jove, I've half a mind to...
So have I, Holmes. Confound it. Here's my hunting crop.
No, you can't. Here, leave go of me. Take it out of me. I'll have the law on you.
Let him go, Watson. He really isn't worth a charge for assault.
Upon my life, the fellow positively made me ill, Holmes. Of all the scoundrelly tricks.
Just so, my dear fellow. I suspected it from the start, of course, and when I got his letter confirming our appointment tonight...
Typed, of course.
On the very machine that Angel's letters have been written on, to disguise his own handwriting, which she'd have known, of course. What a cowardly trick, eh, Watson?
Oh, but Mary, Holmes, Miss Sutherland, what are you going to say to her?
I've decided, Watson, that this is a case in which I shall have to disappoint my client. What can one tell her? If I gave her the truth, she wouldn't believe it. There's a Persian saying... There is danger for him who taketh the tiger cub, and danger also for whoso snatches a delusion from a woman. We must leave poor Mary with her memory of Hosmer.
And so ended the tragedy of the Gasfitter's Ball. Lovely floor, Mary.
Lovely, Hosmer.
Lovely band, Mary.
Lovely, Hosmer. I wish it could go on and on forever, Hosmer. Just on and on forever. On and on.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, based on the original stories of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, have been dramatized anew with original music composed by Sidney Torch. Sir Ralph Richardson played the part of Dr. Watson, and Sir John Gielgud that of Sherlock Holmes. The program was produced by Harry Allen Towers.
71 years ago, January 23rd, 1955, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll go to the movies in just a moment with Douglas Fairbanks, Jr.
One of the great musical events of this year is a motion picture. It is called Electroglide in Blue. Its soundtrack features the talents of many top contemporary artists, including the hit single Tell Me, sung by Terry Kath of Chicago, now available on Columbia Records. Electroglide in Blue is something to hear and something to see. From United Artists, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
Douglas Fairbanks Jr. produced, starred, and wrote this original screenplay of The Exile, and you hear the adaptation that is starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. on the Screen Directors Playhouse 77 years ago, January 23rd, 1947.
The NBC Theater presents
Screen Directors Guild assignment, production, The Exile. Director, Max Opels. Star, Douglas Fairbanks, Jr.
This is the Screen Directors Guild presentation of the adventurous legend, The Exile, starring Douglas Fairbanks, and introducing the director of the film, Max Opels. The statement that art acknowledges no national boundaries is particularly true of the motion picture medium. Thus it is with a great deal of pleasure that the NBC Theater welcomes tonight a director who received his film education in Germany and France. In him is exemplified the rare combination of talents which are the starting point of the screen director's art. Among his American motion pictures are Letter from an Unknown Woman, the soon-to-be-released production Caught, and, of course, tonight's story, The Exile. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Max Opels.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very pleased and flattered that tonight the Screen Directors Guild presents The Exile, with Douglas Fairbanks Jr. in the screen role of Charles II and Jeanette Waldo as Kay. For many years I have had an idea about how history should be presented in the dramatic form, and The Exile is that idea come to life. For me, over centuries, parts of history take on the flavor of an old ballad, singing the deeds of brave men who lived in a kind of fairyland. But if such a quality is to be placed upon the screen, it requires a special sort of actor. He must possess a certain flair, a certain something I can call only Fairbanksism. Fairbanksism is a very vital substance in movie making, kind of glorious energy which escapes from most of us when we lose the dreams of childhood. Well, fortunately for this idea, Douglas Fairbanks came to me one day and he said,
Max, I want you to direct a picture for me. Listen, I'll tell you the story. The story begins on a stormy night in the year of our Lord, 1660. It's night. A storm with thunder and lightning. A slashing downpour of rain. And a horseman. A horseman fleeing across Holland in the middle of the 17th century. The fate not only of a nation is riding tonight, but of a way of life. A horseman riding the whole fugitive night. And the name of that horseman, Charles II, exiled King of England. In the bright morning, the exiled king is at his ease, pretending to sleep on the bank of a Dutch canal. Pretending to sleep because an enemy, a mounted man in a black cloak and a round hat, with ascetic, suspicious eyes, is riding slowly toward him. Stops without dismounting.
Yo! Peasant.
Huh? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Greetings in God's grace.
Greetings, greetings.
And have you seen aught of a man about 2 yards high with black hair and impudent manner?
Excuse me, but I am a stranger here, far from home, and enjoying the hospitality of these Netherlands.
English?
Indeed.
Far from home? For what reason?
My health.
God heal you, sir. And have you seen aught of the fugitive English King Charles Stuart, banished from England and hiding here?
What? That scoundrel among men, that lazy, self-indulgent wastrel of... Imagine England in the hands of a man like that, eh?
Not if Cromwell's men discover him. You have not seen him?
Is he about?
We found his horse wandering exhausted in the wood.
Knave, tyrant, tormentor of dumb beasts. Speed you on your search, sir. And may you and Charles II come face to face, one day not far off.
We shall. Farewell. Farewell. Health and a long life, countrymen.
My thanks, countrymen. My thanks. I must be on the move. But where? Where?
You there on the bank.
Oh. Ahoy, canal boat.
Can you help me? I can't keep this barge in midstream.
Keep it headed straight. I'll jump aboard from the bridge.
Well, hurry.
Plenty of time now, lass. Plenty of time. Now, steady as you go. Steady.
I'm trying.
All right. Now. Quick, hand me the pole.
Here.
Good.
Hold it against your shoulder.
I see.
And push.
I have it now.
Oh, that's so much better. Jan would have been furious if I had grounded his barge.
Jan? Who's Jan?
He owns the boat. He lets me use it if I haul his cargo.
Is he your master?
My cousin.
Healthy?
Very.
Muscular?
A huge man.
And he lets you do his heavy work, does he?
He owns the farm next to mine, and he owns the debts on my farm and my inn. 3,000 guilders I owe Jan.
You have a farm and an inn, eh?
Ever since my father died.
Tell me, this farm and inn of yours, is it close?
Not yet. I must anchor another night.
Good.
Why?
I find leisurely travel sometimes very soothing. And you need help with this barge in swollen waters, don't you?
Yes.
Good. Well, I come from a seafaring nation. Consider me your crew. How sweet the moonlight sleeps upon that bank. Here will we sit and let the sounds of music creep in our ears.
How pretty. What is it?
William Shakespeare, a poet who had his day, 50 years ago. Soon forgotten, but while he sang right beautifully.
Oh. Charles.
I
was just trying the name.
Try it again.
Charles.
Again.
Was not your English king named
Scottish king. Charles Stuart, and a Scot.
They say he was a most scandalous man.
A little rakish at times, but not too bad.
They say it is dangerous for an Englishman to side with the exiled king in these times.
Well, it's a little inconvenient at times, yes, but that is why I wonder, Mistress Katie, if I could hide with you for a while.
How?
Why, I could work on your farm and at the inn. I should ask nothing in return but shelter and board. Now tell me, how would you say, could you use an extra man in Dutch?
kunt u een extra man gebruiken?
Kun u een extra man...
Gebruiken.
Well, could you?
Yes.
Good. Good.
How sweet the moonlight sleeps upon that bank. It is very lovely.
You are lovely.
Are you sure he will be soon forgotten, this Willem Shakespeare? If he says such true and lovely things?
For weeks, the exiled king works at Katie's farm and inn, willingly, even gladly, performing the most menial labor. Only his cavalier friends in The Hague have been told of his new hideout. And now, one day again, history rides the Dutch lowlands.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty!
Hyde, old friend.
I have news from England.
Come. Hyde, you might have been followed here.
Aye, but the news warrants great risks.
Oh?
Your Majesty, General Monk has declared for us.
General Monk? On our side?
Even now, his army marches against the Roundheads. England is split into more factions than ever. And General Monk thinks the country would rally to your side if you returned now.
Return? Now?
At once, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry, Hyde. No.
But with Monk on our side now, how can we fail?
I said no, Hyde.
These men are hungry. They yearn for home and family.
I know.
10 long years in exile,
I know
Majesty.
that, too. Bitterly enough.
Is this a time to show hesitation and fear and doubt?
Fear? Who speaks of fear? Great heaven, man, for 2 years after Cromwell killed the king, my father, I fought and met defeat, wasting the blood of men who trusted in me. And all because our hopes were false. False! I was told the 3 kingdoms would rise behind me to a man until I faced the enemy. And I was left alone with a handful of men. Brave men, but beaten beforehand and doomed in advance by false hopes. False hopes, false starts, false promises. And always the blood of free men uselessly forfeit. Now, I'll go home, Hyde, when I am freely called by all my countrymen. And not before.
The men are ready now. They call you leader, king.
King. What good's a king who's only king to some?
So be it, sire. There is other news, not quite so favorable. Colonel Ingram is in Holland.
Ingram? Here? That is evil news.
If there is one man in Christendom I fear above another, that man is the executioner Ingram. Oh,
describe the man to me so I'll know him if we meet.
Think of the face and habit of death, and that is Ingram. His skin is parched and yellow like a dead man's. His lips are a straight white gash across his face, and his eyes burn with a light like grave worms in their bony sockets.
A consecrated man.
A fanatic, fearing nothing.
Naturally, what has death himself to fear?
Charles, if you will not return to England, then flee.
Flee Ingram? I think not, Hyde.
No, otherwise the cause is lost, Your Majesty.
Flee where? Holland is overrun with Cromwell's spies and swordsmen. Besides...
Charles, where are you?
Besides, I like it here. In spite of Ingram.
You are listening to the Screen Directors Guild production of The Exile, starring Douglas Fairbanks, and introducing the director of the film, Max Opels.
2 weeks more, 2 more weeks of idyllic pastoral life on Katie's farm. Then one afternoon, Charles is fishing in the canal, for if a cat may look at a king, then a king may look for a catfish. Unheard by him, a figure dressed in tarnished, regal clothing moves up behind him, leading a moth-eaten horse.
Are you a Hollander?
Huh?
A Dutchman?
Huh? Oh, good day, sir. Good day.
I'm told there is an inn hereabouts.
An excellent inn, my lord. I know, for I work there.
Ah, but you're English.
True.
What is your capacity at the inn?
I have been promoted to overseer.
Excellent. A fellow exile and an overseer. Tell me, what costs bed and board to a fellow countryman, you know?
2 guilders a night.
2 guilders. Suppose I tell you in all confidence that when I have spent the night at your inn, you may charge the next guest 20 guilders without protest, for you may tell him honestly, a king slept in this inn. Eh?
King? Which king?
Look at me. And though these English garments be the worse for hardship, and though my lineaments be weathered and war-beaten, say, if you can, that you do not recognize your king, Englishman.
Not Charles Stuart.
And the wandering, exiled Stuart. Yes.
Oh, sire.
Arise and lead me to your inn. You and your employer shall be rewarded handsomely someday.
Oh, come in, Charles. Did you finally get His Majesty, our guest, to sleep?
Finally, yes.
He is very indiscreet for a fugitive, Charles.
Very indiscreet.
Letting all those strangers in the tap room know who he is, but swearing us to secrecy.
I tell you, he'll bring Cromwell's Roundheads down on us looking for him.
Charles, he worries me. He told me he wants you with him when he invades England again.
Oh? And when may this be?
He said soon.
Uh-huh.
It's all so stupid and wasteful. There are far better things to do than quarrel over politics and kingdoms and all that rubbish.
We disagree there, Katie. England is a nation of some 7 million people who depend on their leaders. We owe them some sort of debt of...
Debt nonsense. You men will always find some excuse to start fighting and to be very proper about it. Debt indeed. Now, I have a debt, a real one that you can count and that means something to plain people. 3,000 guilders.
I know.
I gave you a job and shelter when you wanted it, and now you plan to leave me for that beerhead.
If my king calls me, Katie,
You will desert me?
I will follow my call.
Then I will not need your services any longer, Charles.
I'm dismissed?
Yes.
Now?
I will not spend my time and my money teaching you farming and management of an inn and see it all go to waste over politics. It is best you leave before...
Before what?
Before I come to depend on you too much.
I understand. I'll leave in the morning. Good night, Mistress Katie.
Come in, please.
Ingram.
The face and the habit of death, and that is Ingram. Like a dead man's, his mouth a straight white gash across his face, and that is Ingram.
Ingram?
Do you work at this inn?
Yes.
English?
Yes.
I've seen you before. Somewhere.
It may be.
Tell me plainly, of which party are you?
Party?
The parliamentary party?
You mean the Roundheads?
Do you call them so?
Candidly, sir, if I ever see my home again, I shall belong to no party. I have recently renounced politics.
Then perhaps I can trust a man without any convictions.
I suppose that depends on the trust.
I am looking for a man whose face I have not seen in many years. Rumor places him hereabout. His name is Charles Stuart.
You refer to the king?
We call him Charles Stuart.
What? Who down there takes the name of his sovereign, Charles II of England?
The fool, the pompous idiot. And what is this? A despised roundhead in the royal presence. Bare your head. Bare your head, I say.
I remove my hat only in the presence of God and in the presence of death.
Sire, this gentleman here is looking for an uncrowned king. The gentleman's name is Ingram. The executioner?
Your servant, sire.
I'll retire to my room.
Wait.
I'm tired.
You shall sleep soundly.
Oh, no.
Draw your sword.
No. Please, I'm not really the king. I'm not the king. I'm an actor. Dick Pinner. Pinner's my name.
Draw your sword.
But I'm just an actor. A poor, out-of-work actor. Believe me, please, believe me.
Enough, Ingram. The jest is over. What jest?
Oh, can't you tell a knave from a king? Look at me, Ingram. Look at me. Spare this craven fool clowning for his keep and look at me. Surely you know a Stuart when you see one. Look at me.
To be sure. Stuart. To be sure.
Pinner, slide me your sword, quick. Thanks. See how it is to deal with an armed Stuart for a change.
Charles Stuart, I charge you to surrender. You are trapped, Stuart. My men surround the inn.
In my service at this inn, I learned a famous recipe for rabbit pie. It goes like this. First, catch the rabbit. And keep a firm grip on your sword. Remember it, Ingram. Long live the king!
Robbins, Thurlow, all of you! Colonel Ingram, after him, men, dead or alive! Wait here, Robbins.
Who are you? What is the meaning of this?
You are the mistress of this inn.
What if I am?
Where is he?
Who?
The Englishman who works here.
If you mean Charles, my retainer.
Where is he?
What right have you to invade a Dutch house and hound a hard-working man to death because he is loyal to his king?
Don't play the fool with me. He is the king.
Charles? The king?
It's plain you're innocent in that matter. But mind you, don't shield the man if you would remain innocent in the matter.
What now, Colonel Ingram?
It's plain from her manner that Stuart's more than handyman to her. Watch her. She'll lead us to him.
Katie, you shouldn't have come here. They'll not admit to search around this windmill.
Charles, that man with the face like a skull, he told me who you are.
And let me tell you in a few moments what I wanted to spend my life telling you. I love you, Katie. Above all things, deeply and gratefully.
Gratefully? Why?
Because in your love, I've found a few precious moments of shelter. I've learned from you another life than fear and flight and battlefields and parliaments. If I should die, remember that I loved you. Not as King Charles, doubtful monarch of a restless realm, but as Charles, master of his own soul.
Charles, look, they're coming.
I knew it. Quick, inside the mill. Here. Against this wall. Hide. Behind these sacks.
Robbins, guard the door. Thurlow around the back. I'll meet the Stuart single-handed.
He's coming in alone.
God be with you, Charles.
Charles Stuart. Stuart, how will you die? I give you this chance to face me alone, for I would relish killing you with my own blade. Stuart!
I am here. Defend yourself, killer.
Rejoice, O England. Thy deliverance is at hand.
Oh, well spoken, sir. You write your own epitaph.
We'll finish this alone, you and I.
You'll die for that vanity.
I'll live for my beliefs.
And I for mine. Back, Inquisitor. What? You give ground to a Stuart? Back, I say, back.
Rusty.
Rust, Ingram, is the color of old blood. Your crimes are upon you, killer. Back. Up. the stairs!
Blasphemer!
Back!
Heretic!
Back, I say! Up!
Ungodly Stuart!
Why? Because I think God made men free?
Die!
Another time, Ingram. Not just now.
Die! You must die if England is to live.
Rot. England will live no matter what happens to either of us. On guard. Killer!
Charles?
It's over, Katie.
Thank heaven. Charles, listen. Outside.
There's trouble. And surely Roundheads do not make trouble for other Roundheads.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty!
Hyde! How? What?
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Oh, thank God you're safe. I bring great news, great news.
Oh?
A new free parliament has, on behalf of all the people and all beliefs, asked you to return to England as their king.
No. They accept my terms. Religious freedom for all and all the rest.
Everything.
Oh. Will you leave me alone with Katie for a moment?
Your Majesty.
Katie.
I know, Charles.
What shall I do?
What your heart tells you, Your Majesty.
Charles, no, Charles.
Your Majesty. You are my Charles, but you're their king. And they are so many, and I am one.
But if that one is all...
Your people are hurt. There are many wounds for you to tend.
But what will happen to you?
I will have many things to do. I'm going to plant more tulips in the west field bordering the road, and my inn will be famous now. And I shall pay my debts.
Katie.
And my memories will be my greatest fortune.
And mine. And all these memories I'll put like rose leaves in a box. And I shall love you always, beyond measure, beyond proof, beyond battle and the folly of nations, beyond life, where we shall meet again.
Charles, England is at the door.
Coming. Goodbye, Katie. One kiss.
To last forever.
Coming. Coming.
Gentlemen, the king.
And I shall love you always, beyond measure, beyond proof, beyond battle and the folly of nations, beyond life, where we shall meet again.
The NBC Theater has presented the Screen Directors Guild production of The Exile, starring Douglas Fairbanks, with Janet Waldo, and introducing the director of the film, Max Opels. Next week, the NBC Theater brings you the world-famous screen director Alfred Hitchcock, introducing the delightful comedy Mr. and Mrs. Smith, with Robert Montgomery in the starring role. And now, here again are tonight's stars, Douglas Fairbanks and Janet Waldo, and screen director Max Opels.
Doug, this has been the way you told me the story?
Yes, and you said you'd direct the picture.
That must have been quite an experience for two such talented artists as yourselves to work together.
Yes, there's one of Mr. Fairbanks' accomplishments I shall never forget.
His acting?
Sure, and his practical jokes.
Why, Max, how can you say such a thing?
Well, one day I had a birthday and they bring me such a beautiful cake on the set. But when I tried to cut it, a disaster.
Why?
It was made out of wood. Very embarrassing. But when Doc brought out a real cake, then we had a nice party.
Well, you see, we really loved you after all, Max.
So nice. But for your practical jokes, I forgave you when I saw your latest picture, The Fighting Old Flynn.
Did you like it, Max? I'm very glad. It's to be released next month, you know.
Yeah, I liked it very much. Miss Waldo, it's about a dashing, romantic Irishman who does the most amazing things you have ever seen, just to win the lady he loves.
It sounds wonderful. Mr. Fairbanks, I understand that besides starring in The Fighting O'Flynn, you also wrote it and produced it.
Well, yes, that's right. But I hope you enjoy it too, Janet. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Max.
Good night.
And good night to you, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Janet Waldo, and Max Opel. Tonight's cast included Raymond Burr, Carl Harvard, Paul McVeigh, Joe Grandy, and Lou Krugman. The Exile was adapted for radio by Milton Geiger, and original music was composed and conducted by Henry Russell. Production was under the supervision of Howard Wiley, your announcer, Frank Barton. The Exile was presented through the courtesy of the Fairbanks Company and of Universal International Pictures, now releasing Crisscross, starring Burt Lancaster, Yvonne DiCarlo, and Dan Duryea. Listen again next week when the NBC Theater presents
Screen Directors Guild Assignment. Production, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Director, Alfred Hitchcock. Star, Robert Montgomery.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
77 years ago, January 23rd, 1949, the Screen Directors Playhouse, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Let's see what the latest is on the farm as we check in with David and Claudia.
Hello, I'm Mel Brooks. Hi, I'm Morris Fishbein. Hi, Mel. Hi, Morris. I'd like to tell you about Young Frankenstein, a new feature we've completed here at 20th Century Fox. It'll scare the daylights. How you thought I was going to say shit? Young Frankenstein. I saw it. I loved it. I made it. Young Frankenstein in black and white. No offense. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
To wrap up today's podcast with an episode of Claudia from 78 years ago, January 23rd, 1948.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia. Claudia, based on the play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you transcribed Monday through Friday by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
David, where are you?
I'm out here.
Where's out here?
Out the front door.
That's a nice place to be in your pajamas.
I'm back in it now.
That's even nicer.
Say, what time does the mail usually come?
Not so early.
Can't you answer a question straight? What time does the mail usually come?
Later than now.
I give up.
Comes at 8:31 and a half there. Does that satisfy you?
8:30. It's almost 8:30 now.
And you are not even dressed.
Dressed? Who wants to get dressed on a morning like this?
Honestly, David, you're behaving like a schoolboy waiting for his first love letter.
Come to think of it, that's exactly the way I feel.
Aren't you ashamed?
Not the least bit. I'm enjoying every moment of this.
Enjoying it?
Well, in a horrible kind of way, like a Boris Karloff movie. How are you?
Me, I'm fine. Say, look, if you want to make yourself useful instead of just standing around worrying, why don't you squeeze the orange juice?
I'm not that worried.
You were until I suggested the orange.
All right. I'll squeeze, but just today.
Of course, just today. Have I ever asked you before?
Well, no, darling.
1, 2 spoonfuls? Yes?
Aren't you nervous this morning?
Me, of course not. Why should I be nervous?
dropped the coffee pot.
There was some butter on it or something. Made it slippery.
Oh, is that it?
I'll pick it up.
I've got it. Ow.
Ouch!
Oh, you all right?
I'm fine. I hurt you.
Where did I hit you? Here, let me see.
Right here over my left eye.
There. How's that?
All cured. Darling, don't you want to hit me over the other eye so you can cure it, too?
I don't mind. It's nice here on the floor.
But it isn't squeezing the orange juice or percolating the coffee.
Who cares?
You will.
You're sure now you're not excited or nervous that I can trust you with this coffee pot?
I am positive.
Because it's not every day we wait for the mail to tell us whether we've bought a house or not.
Don't remind me. I'll drop the coffee pot again. Somehow I just keep hoping the mail isn't going to come at all today.
And I keep hoping it'll come right away.
David, Mr. Tucker may not accept a $10,000 offer.
I know, but then again he might.
So he might.
Shh. There. Did you hear something?
No.
I think it's the mail under the door. I'm going to see.
David, if it is the letter, open it before you tell me.
If it is, you better get the aromatic spirits of ammonia ready.
Well?
I must have been imagining things. There's nothing out here.
Oh, David, the suspense is terrific.
You're telling me. I could have sworn I heard that mail.
Darling, what makes you think we'll hear from Mr. Tucker this morning?
Well, I sent our bid in night before last. Registered mail. It has to be answered by return mail.
That means today, all right.
Are you going to be terribly disappointed?
If what?
If the bid is refused, of course.
Oh, I'll survive.
Sure you will. I guess I will, too, but I'll still be disappointed terribly.
If it's refused, it's all for the best.
Are you going to be one of those everything is for the best kind of women?
I might be. Any objections?
You bet. I couldn't stand it.
Well, whether you can stand it or not, if we don't get the houses for the best. David, you've got to believe in something.
I'd rather wait and see what the letter says.
Oh.
I wonder what's happened to that blasted mailman.
Should have been here by now.
Just this morning he's late. I guess I might as well get dressed.
Certainly. Don't you want to become a landowner with your tie on?
Claudia, keep an ear on the door, would you?
I'll keep an ear on it. I'll keep an eye on it. Shh, there.
I heard it, too. I thought you weren't nervous.
I'm not. I'm just keeping you company. Well?
Nothing.
But look, the mail's been delivered to all the other doors.
That means...
There's no mail for us.
It can't. I've got to hear today.
Maybe in the 11 o'clock mail. And, David, if we have to wait to know, I'm sure it's for the best.
That does it.
Does what?
You said it again. Now I'm sure that letter will be bad luck.
You are? But bad luck for who, David? For you or for me?
Listen, Kelly, I'm not going to bother Mr. Norton with them minute details. You can tell me, Lottie McBride, just as good if that load of concrete block is going to hit Redberry on schedule. But you better not tell me it's not going to get there. Yeah, I heard you. No, Wednesday ain't good enough. Tuesday sounds better, but... Oh, Monday is fine. Yeah, first thing in the a.m. Ah, thanks, dearie. Mr. Norton joins me in it. Monday and no slip-ups or else. So long, Kelly. Mr. Norton, Monday it is. He said sure it'll be there. After all, Kelly couldn't very well say no to a McBride. Say, you want I should ring your missus again? I just tried it 5 minutes ago, but she'd blown the coop. I figure she was picking up a lamb chop at the corner. Yeah, I'll give her a buzz. Oh, sure, the 11 o'clock mail is here. One advertisement from some building supply in Long Island. Yeah, that's all, Mr. Norton.
It's me. I decided to make a personal appearance instead of spending the rest of my life as a voice through a switchboard.
Oh, Mr. Norton, you are one for jokes. Say, you're not looking so good today.
I feel fine.
Hey, you're looking kind of like a fish that's been out of water too long.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better, Lottie.
Seriously, maybe you want I should call a doctor?
Lottie, that's very sweet of you, but there's nothing the matter with me.
I've seen guys like you, all strong and fine one day, rugged as a blue plate special. The next day, laid out like an oyster on ice.
You're making me feel better every minute.
You gotta take preservations of your health, Mr. Norton. You're a very important man around this office and at home. Now, what exactly seems to be the trouble?
There is no trouble, Lottie, believe me.
All right, then stop walking around like a bloodhound and straightening out all my paper clips.
Oh, have I? I'm sorry. Well, I've got some plans to make up. I might as well get to them, I guess.
Here you are, Mr. Norton. Here's an aspirin and a glass of water.
Well, help yourself, Lottie. Take as many as you want. And try my wife again, please, in a few minutes.
Men. They were all the same. Just infants in long pants. Killian and Norton. Oh, yes, Mr. Killian. You're not feeling very well? Lobster, huh? Oh, yeah. Lobster is murder with my mother, too. Yeah, he's here, but he don't feel so good either. I don't know, but I don't think it's something he ate. I think... What's that? Oh, sure, I'll switch you right in. Goodbye now.
Hello, Lottie.
Oh, well, gee, if it ain't Mrs. Norton. Come right in, honey.
Thanks. Is Mr. Norton here now?
Sure. He's on the telephone.
Oh, let me know when he's through. Then I'll go in.
Okie doke. Say, it seems to be contagious today.
What is?
You're not looking so good yourself.
I'm not?
And your spouse, he's walking around here like a zombie.
He is?
Yeah, and Mr. Killian calls up and blames it on the lobster.
He did.
What were the three of you doing last night?
Nothing.
Oh, sure. Hang that one on someone else's ear.
Well, to tell you the truth...
I thought so.
We've been waiting for a letter.
You've been waiting for a letter?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Oh, really? It's a very important letter, all about our future.
Oh, a friend of mine. She got a letter like that once, all about her future. From the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, this isn't that kind of a letter. Not quite.
Oh, there. The little light is out. And Mr. Norton is off the telephone. Go on, go right in.
Thank you.
If he changes his mind about that aspirin, I got a whole medicine chest in my top drawer. Though I never take nothing myself.
I may want it for me, Lottie.
Darling, is that you?
It's me.
Come on in.
I'm in.
Is anything the matter?
I don't know yet, David.
Don't know what yet.
If anything's the matter.
Oh, I've been trying to call you.
I was on my way here.
Oh, so I see. Well, we're a couple of dopes.
We are?
Here we are, standing around looking like a couple of terrified waxed figures. It's nonsense. I refuse to waste another atom of worry. From now on, I don't care.
The letter came, David.
The letter... It came?
Yes.
It came? Well, what did it say?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I didn't open it.
You mean you... Well, where is it?
Right here in my pocketbook.
You came all the way down here and never...
I couldn't. I didn't have the courage.
Well, where is it? Where is it?
Here.
This is it, all right.
Well, aren't you going to open it?
Well, sure I'm going to open it.
You won't see a thing holding it up to the light, David. I tried.
Oh, I was just... Doesn't feel very thick.
No.
I see what you mean about not opening. Well, we can't put it off forever.
No, you can't.
Funny, all of a sudden I'm nervous.
David, I can't stand it. Open it.
All right.
Your hands are shaking.
I can't help it. It's silly, I know, but I can't help it.
Well, David?
Well, that's that. Here. Look for yourself.
David, I've forgotten how to read. Tell me.
Mr. Jared Tucker returns my letter with one word on it.
Yes?
No.
No?
Yes. He says in one large word on it, no.
Oh, David.
Darling, are you all right?
I'm fine. He won't sell us the house.
Well, not for $10,000. The title. You'd think he would have grabbed it.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
You know, I've got a half a mind to... No, wait a minute. Now, darling, now don't you worry.
Me worry? Why, David, I never felt better in my life.
I know. You're being a swell sport about it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm awful.
I had no idea. I just assumed
David, don't be so upset. Please try not to...
I really thought... It's such a wonderful little house, the brook and the meadow and...
Darling, Honestly, believe me, I'm not upset at all.
Claudia, you're really wonderful. You take it like a man.
I didn't want that old house in the first place.
Much you didn't. But you were right. You were absolutely right this morning when you said that it's all for the best.
What? I'm so glad you can look at it that way.
Of course it's for the best. Because now I realize just how much more I want that place.
How much more?
And how much more you deserve it if you want it. And darling, we're going to have it now. You just wait and see.
Oh, David, I don't mind the waiting. It's the seeing that worries me.
These programs star Catherine Bard as Claudia and Paul Crabtree as David. And the entire production is supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney. Lady, if you ran a business today and had lots of employees, know what you'd do? You'd probably install a Coca-Cola cooler so that you and your staff could pause and work refreshed. Well, goodness knows you do a full day's work and then some right in your own home. So why shouldn't you work refreshed? Why not stop for a moment right now for delicious, refreshing Coca-Cola? Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you, transcribed, with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again Monday at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes.
Well, there's that. 78 years ago, January 23rd, 1948, Claudia, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Join us on our Saturday podcast for The Six Shooter with Jimmy Stewart, William Conrad in Gunsmoke, John Daner in Have Gun Will Travel, and radio's outstanding theater of thrills, suspense, Leonard Stone in Turnabout. And we'll also have an episode of Fibber McGee and Molly. That's all coming up tomorrow. Have yourself a great Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.